Welcome everyone to the Clarity Workshop. And this is going to be such an incredible journey for you. I'm pretty sure about that. So here's how we roll. We'll be looking at clarity, we'll be looking at taking action, and we are going to do all of this without you having to go through burnout. So I'm pretty excited for everyone joining in. Hello, hello. And yeah, there are going to be 4 steps in this workshop. So the first step will be about creating mental clarity for you. The second step will be about actions and plans. The third step will be around burnout. And the fourth step is around energy and clearing the energy. So here are some rules, housekeeping, general. There's going to be a recording and you're allowed to take your notes. What I would want you to do is, even if you're watching the recording or you're here with me live, just let yourself be present right now. Don't focus too much on writing down everything. You have the recording, you can watch it again, but be present and listen to like what's going on for you and what's most helpful for you. And the way I like to invite everyone into my space is that even if you're watching the recording, is that I am going to wrap you in a love bubble. So just imagine like we all are in this love bubble, everyone here and everyone in the recording, and see this as a transmission of love from me to you. And at times, what this can bring up is some triggers. Now, this doesn't have to be like a very dramatic thing. It can be something small where you disagree with me or something that makes you question yourself. What I want you to do is to take this trigger, or the way I want to call it, it's an activation. Just take it and write it down wherever, like if you have your phone, if you have your notes right now, having notes and pen and paper is very essential in my sessions. So I hope you have your pen and paper, write those down, and just see this as an activation where there's a space where I can just go a little bit inside and let you experience something. And it can open up this whole dimension of you stepping into your best version. So allow this transmission of love from me to you, and we can make magic. So there's going to be no boring presentations, and I don't believe in very long introductions. We're not going to do that. And I want you to feel like you're really here talking to me. So use the chat box. If you have any questions, put them in. If you have any reflections or something feels really good to you, if you just want to be like, yes, I really love this, put it in the box. If you have any questions, put them into the box as well. And even with the questions, we'll have a session at the end where we can pick up all the questions. But if it's very relevant to what I'm teaching, you can just ask the question and we'll go about it. And yeah, like that's it. And last and the most important rule is have fun, make it personal. Everything I'm teaching you here, you can take it and apply it on your own life. Don't stress so much on keep taking everything. Just take the bits that are very important to you, and we can so take the bits that are really important to you and make them your own. So that is it. And let's dive in. So before we start, what I really like doing is setting an intention. An intention is something that you really want to focus on. It's not a goal, but it's like something that you really want to get out of the session at the end. So what is it for you that you're looking forward to getting to the end of the session and like it feeling like you really accomplished something? That will give you a roadmap of everything going in your own flow. And it will also help me relate it more to you. So whatever your intentions are, whatever you want to connect with, whatever you want to get out of this workshop, let's just put that in the chat box. And also, yeah. So, and also just relax, have fun. Like fun is my energy. If you don't, no, relax, have fun. Take it one step at a time. And yeah, while I wait for your intentions, I'm just going to take a breath. I'll let you settle. So everyone, we are just putting our intentions in the chat. And if you're watching the recording, I want you to play along with us. Don't just be like, I'm just watching a recording. Write the intention down so it can also help you find out which bits are more helpful for you and how can you make the most out of our time together. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Okay. I'll give you a few seconds. Now let's go to the first section of today's workshop, mental clarity. So what do we mean by mental clarity? When your mind is free, when you can do anything you want, and you don't have too many thoughts. And we all want mental clarity, right? And the way to have mental clarity is to make friends with your thoughts. And this can sound like it's simple, but I don't know how to do it. And that's because we have made everything so complicated with our thoughts, with the way that we think, that everything gets to be mental. And in this process, what we have done is we are giving too much attention to every single decision that we're making. We are giving away too much power to the mind. So it's running in these circles, it's running in these mental loops, and this chatter is going on where we want to have some goals and want to have something accomplished. But instead, we cannot have that thing because we're so stuck in the mental chatter, like if I did this right or if I will do this right. It's like a constant battle between past and future. And in this battle, we find ourselves trapped where we cannot live in the present moment, where we cannot live in the right now, in what's here, in what's present right now for us. So the first thing that we want to do is to create more mental space for you. And everything that's there for you, your personal power, your clarity, your healing, your transformation will take place as you create more and more mental space. Now, I know a lot of people come and tell me, like, I am an overthinker. And honestly, I feel that's a good thing. If you're an overthinker, that means you're still thinking. And I don't know if there would be a better overthinker than me. So if you are an overthinker, this is something that I want you to really take away is to have an outlet for your overthinking. What this can mean is like, even if you have so many thoughts coming in and coming in, you have a way of putting them out. So it's not stuck. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So like there's a thought, it comes and it just goes out of you. And now what can happen is that as these thoughts come and go, there's a flow. And in between this process, when something new something is going and something is coming, there's space, which creates the mental clarity. So we are going to have something very fun with this. And while you are also having an outlet, one of the things that I really love doing and that I really enjoy with everyone is having them journal about what's going on in their mind. And this can feel daunting. This can feel like, I don't want to do this, or I don't know how to do this, which is very, very common. And if you don't know how to do journaling, you're in perfect space. We'll talk more about that. Now, the way most people see journaling is that you need to have everything down right. It needs to make sense. It needs to be perfect and it needs to be positive. And none of that is true at all. Journaling is just a way to get everything that's here out. And you can do it on paper, which is good if you're a visual person, or you can do audio journals, which are a more fun way. And that's better if you're more of an audio and like more of speech. Like if you like more voice and audio, then audio journaling is best. Now, it's as simple as picking up your phone and just putting on the voice recorder and just talking to it. As simple as that. Now, it can feel weird. Like, I totally get you when you just voice note yourself or when you just record that, it can feel really weird. But as you do more and more, you'll feel like it is just like, oh, I am feeling more confident and like I feel like I know myself. I feel like I can say what I really want to say. So this is something that you can try. And another thing that I hear often is like, I don't feel privacy enough to write my journals. So in that case as well, audio journals are a great tool. And if you don't feel like you can write, you can just record it. It can be on your phone. Your phone's already always with you. And if you want to ever listen back, like what did I say like 1 week back, or what did I say 1 month back? It's a good journey to go back and see like how much you have changed as a person, or like what are the things that did remain same, and how are your values intact. So all of that is really great. And when you journal, it can also be writing down your fears. It can also be about creating space from things you do not want. And when you do something that is more in this domain, which feels a bit negative, which feels a bit challenging, what you can do is take that piece of paper and burn it, and like literally set it to fire. And this gives a message to your mind that this fear no longer exists. And the more and more you do this as well with the negative thoughts, with the fears, with things that you don't want in your life, it will start creating space within your mind as well. This is a very good hack if you want to try this. Now, yes, so this is the first exercise that you can do for yourself. So make it a habit for 30 days. Try it for 30 days. Every morning, have 3 pages of like whatever you want to write, like whatever is coming in your mind. Like, I don't know what I'm writing. Write that. I'm feeling scared. I'm feeling crappy. Or even if I'm feeling happy today, I am so excited for this meeting, or I'm so excited for meeting this friend, or I'm happy that I just got today off and I don't want to work today. I want to go shopping, go lunch, do the amazing things that life has to offer. So have this 3 pages of something that you want to do like something that you can do every day for 30 days, and just see like how much your mind can just feel clearer by this exercise. When you just, it's like taking everything over here and just putting it out, putting it out, putting it out. And if you're more of a audio person, voice note channeling, yes. Now, what I want you, or what you can try to do, is record like 10 minutes every morning and just like whatever you're feeling. I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling this, or I am feeling this, or I don't know what to say. And I feel like Shivangi has such a boring activity to do. Anything that's coming to you, just write it down or speak it out. And the more you do it, the more like the stuff that's inside of you, it will start coming out too, and it will start creating more and more space for you. So this is the first thing that you can try, and you can make it on your own. Now, the second thing that I want to focus is your subconscious mind. And subconscious mind is something that I really like to geek upon. And it's one of the most important things that you can do your healing on, that you can clear to create more space. And subconscious mind is actually the part of you that you cannot access directly, but you can always access it. So it's like you have your laptop, right? And there is RAM and there's the other storage. So your conscious mind is like RAM that you can constantly access. But your subconscious mind is the actual storage on the complete disk that you have to pick, like what you can deal with right now or what you want to access. So the subconscious mind is always there, and it's more subtle, it's more deep, and it drives so much of our behaviors of what we want to do. Like when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, it's actually your subconscious mind, because we are just doing it on autopilot, right? Like you don't see like, okay, I'm brushing this teeth and I'm putting the brush down and I'm just like going sideways, I'm brushing my downward teeth now. So it's not very conscious, it's not something that you are thinking about. So everything that happens spontaneously that you don't think about, that's an impulse or like something that's very automatic, is actually your subconscious mind. So what we're going to do now is talk to your subconscious mind, which is the deepest part of you. Now, if you're watching the recording, this is for you too. I will say some sentences and you just have to complete them on the spot. It's like that game where someone says something and you just have to say the other word. But here I'm going to say a sentence and then you can finish the rest of it. Okay. Is everyone ready for this? Is everyone ready for this? Give me something, guys. Give me something. Okay. And this is going to be, you are going to answer anything that comes without judgment. Like, even if it feels that this is not something that I know, like, I don't know why this answer is coming, or I don't know why am I even thinking this. Like, keep that judgment aside. For now, we're only going to focus on what is coming and just having those answers in front of you. Okay. Everyone's ready. You have 2 minutes and you have to be completely honest. And you can do this every day. And these are like my favorite journal questions. So, question number 1: how do I feel? I feel crappy. I feel crazy. I feel excited. I feel happy. I feel numb. What was your answer? Okay. Question number 2: how do I want to feel? Now, this gives you an edge. What's the answer? Excited, happy, outrageous. I want to feel wild. How do you want to feel? This is the second question. And this is purely magical because you can just like access anything that you really want to feel in the moment. The third question: what is stopping me? What's stopping me? What is it that's coming to your mind right now? Is it you? Is it your job? Is it your stress? Is it your sleep? What is it? What is it? Question number 4: what do I need today? And this is like, sink into this feeling. What do I really need today? And the final question, and the best question, I feel like this is my favorite question. What is the best thing about today? And if you feel good about something in your life right now, let me know in the chat. I want to celebrate you. So as we move with these questions and as we let these questions just come up naturally from our subconscious mind rather than thinking for 5 minutes, okay, I'm feeling like this and I want to feel that. And this is stopping me. And I don't know where I lost myself. So that's what happens. When we think too much for questions like these, it's like we go down these spirals and like it's like the same pattern. Oh, my mom said this. Oh, my best friend said this. Oh, my boss said this. And just let the answer flow instead of going in the spiral, and just take 2 minutes for this exercise. That's it. That's the only thing. 2 minutes, journaling done for the day. As simple as that. So, and the order matters. The order of these questions matters because it gives you more, like, it if you focus on it, like, and if you have 5 or 10 days, if you just do it, you'll notice that it's like solving a puzzle, and the order is really important. And it's like an answer train. Like you give an answer and unfolds in the different answer, and just like it's an answer train, guys. Yes. So here are three more sentences that you can complete. Um, and these are like really good, really, really good. The first thing is, I love that I am dash. I want to create dash. I wish I had more dash. Just fill these sentences, and these are just like really light, really beautiful, really putting you into this energy where you take control of your life, where you take control of your power and you do the thing. It's like, yes, I have the power. Like, what do I want to create? What do I want to have more of? What do I love? And all those beautiful, amazing things. So, yeah, it's this is about mental clarity, and this is the first section. So, my loves, what have you learned until now that is like, wow, I really love this. I really need this. And I'm going to take forward this from this beautiful space, from this love space. So yeah, like what are the reflections? What are the questions that you have? What did you really love about this mental clarity? And do you feel confident now to have more space in your mind to think, like feeling like, it's feeling like, oh my God, my head is not heavy. I don't have any headaches anymore. So what was your biggest takeaway from this? Let's start. Let's talk in the chat. And I'm gonna wait 1 minute for you to really reflect back and see what's there. Yes, I'm glad you guys are loving it. Hi. Amazing. Mhm. Yay. Amazing. Beautiful. Hmm. While you guys reflect, I feel one of the things that's also really important is that oftentimes, and this is why mindset and now action is coming into place, is we compare what is better. And I did an Instagram live just yesterday about this, about whether we need to take just action or we need to only do the mindset work. And I find this question very interesting because it almost comes from this place where you are burnt out and where you don't feel that there is a way to have both, right? And so this is something we'll cover in the next burnout section. But I wanted to bring this up because we can have both. Like, yeah, you can do the mindset work and you can also take action, and you can have both simultaneously, which I feel is what most of us want, right? So back to section number 2, which is unactions and plans. Who is ready for this? I am. Are you? And yeah, one of the things I feel, and especially if you have been in corporate or if you started in corporate, or anything around it, you must have come into this question like, what is your 5-year plan? I had this question for very long. And tell me if you can resonate, but that sounds like really big commitment at times. And it does because we don't know ourselves. And in some ways, it can feel like it's too long. And sometimes it can feel like this is too short. Like this 5-year plan is almost like there's a trap. There's something that's stopping me from being everything. And we find ourselves in this space where we are shooting ourselves like, I should do this, or I should do that. I should go for that promotion, or I should go for that job. And it's putting so many things on your to-do list. It's putting so much pressure on you. And a way to sorry, a way to come out of this question, to come out of this trap, is to know that there is another way to plan things. There is another way to create more space. And this is by planning what's your ultimate life goal and then working backwards. And what this looks like is having a vision for your life. What do you really want to do? What do you really, really want to do? Like, do you want to go have a house? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to travel the world? What is the ultimate thing? And then working backwards, like, okay, this is my life goal. And this is my 5-year goal. Then this is my 1-year goal. Then what's my 3-month goal? What is my 1-month goal? And then based on that 1-month goal, we create a 1-month plan. And in this way, we are not just planning for the future, for the 5 years, but for our entire life. Now, this is really important because we are often in the space where we are planning for the next step, like what am I going to do in 1 month or 1 year, but we're not taking into account if that even leads to the life vision that we have, if that even leads to the bigger picture that we really want to create. So take some time and create your life vision. What do you really want? And the way that I teach this is like, have 10 things that you really want to do in your life. It could even be creating family, buying a house, writing a book, traveling the world, giving talks, quitting your job, starting a business, whatever it is for you. And just have those 10 things that you really want in your life. There's no age limit to it. There is no number to it. There is no pressure for it. And then just work backwards and just like 5-year plan and 1-year plan, and just like come back and just have that little micro tiny thing that actually leads to that. And the reason we want to do it this way is because a lot of times, and this is something that I mistook and just like did wrong in my career, was I planned for my promotion even when I didn't want to work with the company and I wanted my own business. I wanted to do something for me, which was like for 5 or 6 years, that was something that I really wanted to do, but I didn't. And it was that I focused more on what was right in front of me rather than what I really wanted my life to be. And that stopped me for so, so long. And that's something that I want you not to do. You can take a life vision and work backwards, and it's going to be much more peaceful for you and focusing on things that really bring you joy, that really bring you ease. So this is the exercise number 3. Yeah, we are on the 3rd exercise. We are halfway through the workshop. So I'm so excited for everyone who's watching. And thank you for switching on your video. I really love that. Makes it more interactive. Okay, guys. So yeah, I'll give you a minute, even if you're watching the recording, to take notes, to see what you really want to do, to note this exercise, and just make the best use of just like this pause and reflect if you have any questions following this. Okay, let's move on to the next section, burnout and emotions. And this is my favorite part because this was such a big life changer, game changer, everything changer for me. When I realized that everything that's causing you burnout is actually emotional. Like everything is emotional when it comes to burnout. And oftentimes we think like there is something else. There is the clutter on my work desk, there is my boss, there is my work, there is my family, there is da 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 da, da, everything. But what's really causing burnout is your emotions. And the way that I like to see burnout and I explain it to my clients is burnout is actually the energy that you're putting in resisting the emotions that you just have to feel. Like it's literally the energy that you're spending in resisting your emotions. Just let this land for a second. It's like, oh my God. Like this was such a big moment for me when I learned this. And it's like we are working against ourselves. We are working like we have our emotions, and then like we are just like emotions is also an energy, right? And emotion is energy in motion. And now you have another energy, and you're like, no, I don't want to feel this emotion. So there's like clash. But these two are your energies only. And when these two are just colliding with each other, not finding a way out, it's just like you're spending so much energy, and that's causing the real burnout. And when you release this energy, when it just goes out of you, when there is no resistance to feeling your feelings, when there's no resistance to your emotions, just imagine the level of space it will create. Like, I want you to imagine if you're just, suppose you're just pushing a door and you're pushing a door and you just stop pushing it. Like, how much energy will it save for you? How much of your power it will bring back to you? And that's game changing. That's life changing. That's like everything changing. Is that when you release that energy, your emotions can flow and everything can just flow around. And it's like, it's so magical and it's so beautiful when people just feel that instead of just like knowing it. But when you feel it in your body and it's like, okay, I release these things when I just let go. It's like I have so much space to actually do what I want to do, to be who I want to be. And it gives you two benefits actually when you release this energy that you're focusing against your emotions. It's one thing is it heals you. It heals you from the incident that caused your emotional, like if you have any emotions like anger or something very painful happened to you. So first of all, it will help in healing that. And second thing is it will create this space where you didn't even know you had this energy. So it's like there is healing and there is clarity. There are two benefits to releasing your emotional space, to creating more emotions, and to creating more space and just feeling those emotions and letting those emotions out and just relaxing yourself into feeling more and more peaceful, because most of it is actually pain under a mask. Because when you're almost burnt out, you want someone to love you, you want someone to hold you, to take care of you, and all of those beautiful, amazing things. And in behind all of this, it's like I just am pushing myself. I'm just doing a bit more. And what I feel a lot of people, I feel like we are trapping itself. Yeah, I feel like we're trapping. By the way, if you have any question, like in the recording, only my face will come. So you can switch on the camera anyways. So yeah, where was I? Yeah. So in the pain, like it's almost like we want someone to take care of us, and we are resisting that. We are when someone reaches out to us because we are just feeling so much of pain that we cannot acknowledge the emotions that we're experiencing, and just like we push people away sometimes, and it's a whole mess, guys. If you've been in the situation before, I totally feel you. I have been there, and it was just like when you process all the emotions and just like let them breathe, let them have that their space, there's going to be so much more energy, and it feels like you can do everything and just get to know yourself and just have your own personal power back. So yeah, that's about it. And hmm, okay, so now we are on to the fourth exercise, which is connecting to your heart, which is one of my favorite exercises. And I talked about this a few days back. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna place both of your hands on your heart, and you can follow this along even while we're doing this. And just place both of your hands on your heart. Just breathe a few deep breaths. You can exhale it out with your mouth, your nose, just like relax your body, get into it, take some more deep breaths. And when you feel the heartbeat under your palms, just sink into it and ask your heart, like, what do you need right now? How can I help you? How can I love you? How can I support you? And just feel like how much your heart longs to talk to you, how much it just wants to be held, how much does it just wants to be with you. And sometimes it can feel like there are tears, and sometimes it can feel like, oh my God, I just don't know how to be with this part of me that I've neglected so long. And it's okay. Anything big or small that you feel, or even if you're not feeling anything, just stay there for a few seconds and just like really, really feel it. Really feel it in your body, just like, and it's also a great practice to slow down, to come back to yourself and just, ah, this feels really, really good. So, yeah, just coming back to your heart, talking to it, breathing some more. And whenever you feel complete, you can just say, thank your heart. Just tell it how much you love it. And just be back in this space and just feel like how much love your own heart needs. And the more you do this, you can do this any time of the day. You don't need any big thing to do this. It's just like as simple as sitting, just feeling it in your heart, and just can do it as many times. And it just makes you feel so calm, right? Like so grounded, so peaceful, so connected. And the great reflection exercise that you can do is when something triggers you, when something feels too big, then just coming back to your heart and asking a different question, which can be, how is this supporting me in being a better version of me? How can this be a doorway to a future possibility? How can I create a better version of me with this trigger, with this activation, and just allowing your heart to reveal the answer? And this might feel very surprising, but often when I'm with people, when we're talking, when we're chatting, and it's like the answer that they need always comes from them. It's almost like they just need some permission to access it, to feel it, to reflect it. So even for you, it could be the same way, that it's just a moment of sitting with you, of reflecting with yourself and creating with yourself and loving yourself. And that's it. That's the magic. That's the magic. Yeah. Yeah. And just play with it. Ask some cool questions to your heart, some loving questions, some warm questions. Sometimes just play with it and make it your own. Do everything that you can with this practice. It's a very beautiful space. So now we have covered emotions and burnout and clarity and actions and plan and mental clarity and so much. And it's like, I want to hear, what was the most helpful part for you in this? What did you learn the most? And we have one more section. Stay with me. Stay with me, guys. So yeah, what was the what was your biggest reflection? What was the most supportive thing for you? And if you have any questions, just feel free to drop them. And if you're watching the recording, I see you too. Drop your questions, drop your reflections in your notes, in your journal, whatever you have right now. Just have fun with it. Yeah, Shireen shares, I like the processing of emotions linked to burnout. Yeah, I feel like this is such a simple concept, and like so many of us overcomplicate it. And it's just as simple as, let's just heal our emotions and we can heal the burnout. Yeah. I love that concept too. It was a game changer for me. Like I always light up when I talk about this. Amazing, guys. Share your reflections, write it in your journal, take notes, do the things. Okay. And now we're coming to the final best part of the whole workshop, which is just like the main thing that I want to teach is energy. And if you don't know me, I love energy. I feel like everything around us is energy. The laptop is energy. Where you're watching this is energy. Zoom is energy. I'm talking to you. That's audio energy, visual energy. And just like you're feeling something which is very subtle and you're just feeling activated and loved and held and supported. And that's also energy. So for me, everything's energy. And everything around us affects us, right? Like everything that you see, everything that you hear, everything that happens, it just leaves some traces in you. If you know this term in Sanskrit, we have, which is called Runanubandham, which literally means like the physical memory. And I feel like everything, because it has energy, when it comes in contact with you, it imprints you. It's like it leaves an energetic footprint on you, imprint, footprint, however you want to call it. But there's a feeling within you where you remember that thing, and how you remember it. It may be due to smell, like you can smell roses and think of a particular occasion, or it could be a taste, like maybe if like maybe you can eat a mango and think about your childhood days, like that's very common for me. Or you can see something and just it just reminds you of something else. So there's this memory that we have which is entangled in our senses, in our bodies. And it's just like when you have that sense again, it just triggers something, because there is a memory. Your body has a memory which is very subtle. And I feel like it's and it's more like there's so much going on that sometimes our emotions, our thoughts, our beliefs, all of that also get stored in our body. It's not just in the mind, it's in the body too. So when these things come, like when you interact with someone, or when you have a fight with someone, or when you have very good interaction with someone, or just like when someone you love comes in front of you, like there's different things happening in your body. And each of those things are creating an imprint on you. They're just coming and just it's like a bucket of paint. Someone's just coming and just like they're just throwing it at you, and you just like have some part of it. So there's pink and there's yellow, there's blue, and there's all these beautiful colors. And these memories and these beliefs and these traumas and these everything that's just coming with every experience that you're having, it's there, it's stored, and it feels sometimes it feels like you're reliving everything because it's stored in your body, it's stored in your energy system. So whenever that particular memory comes up, it's just like triggers a whole new mechanism within your body, and you're like, I don't know what to do from this. I don't know where to go. So there's a lot of energetic imprints and physical memory that we're carrying with ourselves every single day. And sometimes this can manifest, or like this can show up as physical pain, which is constant, and sometimes as physical pain that just comes up. So before an interview or before an important day, if this has never happened to you, you're lucky, but sometimes we have this reaction that just like your stomach is churning, you're feeling nervous, and all of those things. It's because you have a pattern of feeling nervous. Some people never feel nervous, and I just feel like that's great. But when you're feeling nervous, or when you're feeling something in particular, it's that pattern has stored within you, and it has created this physical memory where you're just repeating it every single time, and that energy needs to be released. And that's what we're going to do today. And when we release these energy blockages and we just clean up the whole energy system, which is the chakras, the meridians, everything that is so sexy, um, it's like there is this whole flow where one thing is you don't feel that physical sensation anymore. But the second thing is that it just creates so much space, again, space, that you can manifest what you're wanting to have, or like it can almost feel like you cleared it and things are happening, or someone you've been waiting on just calls you, or something you've been wanting to do just happens. And it's like there is so much happening around you, inside you, and just like so much energy that's flowing. It just is amazing. So we're going to do a very basic process that is going to help you clear your energy. Like you can start it right now, you can do it every day, you can just do it like every single day, and it's going to be awesome. So what I want you to do is sit comfortably. Mostly it could be just like having your back against support. You can fold your legs, or you can sit on a chair, whatever feels good. It's just like feeling present, feeling here, and just being here in this moment. Couple of deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And final cleansing breath. Breathe in, breathe out. And you'll feel more relaxed. And you can close your eyes if that feels good. It generally helps to close your eyes. And as we do this, keep an open mind, feel whatever's happening, and just know that you're safe. You're in the love bubble that we created at the start of the session. So let's just take one more deep breath while we do this together. And now imagine that your feet have roots, and those roots are growing deep into the earth. And as these roots are going deep and deep, you're feeling more relaxed and you're feeling more calm. Take a couple more deep breaths. And now feel the energy of the earth and experience the energy moving upwards. Experience it traveling from the roots of the earth to your feet, to your legs, to your pelvic region, to your belly, your back, your hands, your chest, your neck, all the way up to your face, the back of your head, top of your head, and it just goes above. So just feel the energy that's coming from the bottom of the earth to the roots, to your feet, and traveling all the way up your body and just going up into the sky. And now imagine a white light coming from the sky directly into your head, from the top of your head, and just going down into your face, into the back of your head, into your throat, making its way down into your hands, your heart, and just going down into your belly, your back, completely filling you up in your pelvic region, in your feet, your legs, down to your ankles, and your feet and your toes, and just going down. So right now, you're under two currents that are one is going up and the other is going down. And I want you to feel the support, these two currents as they flow through you. And it's this energy of earth that you're pulling from your feet above is the energy that's helping you heal. And the energy that's coming from the top of your head into your body is the energy that's giving you new ideas, new perspectives, and more clarity. And just feel this. Really, really feel this. Feel the clarity, feel everything's melting that's not there. And just keep using your breath to move this current around you. And as you feel complete, you feel everything's coming together and you're feeling more grounded. Both of these currents are finding their way back. The white light is returning back to its origins, and the earth energy is going back into the earth. And you're finding yourself more peaceful, more grounded. When you feel complete, you can rub your hands, put them on your eyes, and just feel like you're coming back to the space and feeling more grounded, more happier, more clearer, more in your power, all those amazing things. And this is a practice you can repeat any number of times. You can do it by yourself anytime you feel you need some extra support, you need to clear your energy system. Yay! I'm glad it helps. So, yes. So we have come to the end of the workshop. And now I'll take any questions that you may have had. And I have some questions already. So you can drop them in the chat and I'll get to them. And also, I want you to reflect at this moment like you learned so many things. You learn so much about yourself. You learn so much about what's happening within you, what's happening around you, and how it's affecting you, and just all these beautiful things. And then just write down everything that's coming for you that you want to take forward, that you want to do by yourself. And just these are amazing practices, and all of them are going to be so good, so relaxing, so amazing. So the first question that I have, I'll go through them, is I have the clarity about what I wish to serve, but I wanted to know how to stick to it consistently. So one of the things I get every time is I know what I want to do, I do it at one time, and then I don't know how to stick with it consistently. Now, there are different folds to this answer. First of all, if you're really clear, just ask yourself one question: is what you're trying to do, is it coming from a place of feeling free, or is it coming from a place of shoulds? Because we really want this energy to be clear that this is what you're clear upon, not what you think what you should do, but what you really want to do and what's really needed. So first thing is to clear the space of any shoulds. Second thing is, are you waiting for motivation in any way? Are you depending on motivation and feeling good to take action? So if you are, it's going to create a lot of blockages. So if you're not, if you're clear that it's not motivation and it's something that you really want to do consistently, what I'll say is create small tasks every day. Create something that is bare minimum that you can stick to. And every day that you can do it, it's great. If you can do more, that's even better. But this is something that you stick to every single day, like 30 minutes of doing whatever you want to do, 30 minutes of reaching out to people, 30 minutes of learning something, whatever that thing is for you. If you're struggling with consistently, set a bare minimum that you can do. So, for example, if you're planning to write a book, so the bare minimum can be to write 10 sentences or 5 sentences or one sentence, whatever is it that you can commit to very easily and that feels like, okay, I have done a good amount of things. So even if you write 5 sentences every day, it's 365 days, it's like close to like 15, 16 or more than 15, 1600 sentences, which is gonna be good if you want to write a book. So just like that, like break your goal into mini goals and just focus on what you can do bare minimum today. And the other things are creating mental clarity, clearing your energy, whatever we learned today, apply those tools to get more clarity on what the specific block is. If you're feeling any emotional block, that could also be the reason why this is happening consistently for you. Okay, so the next question that we have is how to manage the feeling of unfulfilled aspirations. Now, this happens because aspirations is something that you really want. And sometimes what I'm getting from this question specifically is that these aspirations have something to do with someone else. And if your aspirations or what you really want depends on other people, it's going to feel very heavy when you go through those aspirations or when you go through these challenges. And it can almost feel like, I don't want to do this, right? So in that situation, I want you to come back to what is your why. Why are you doing this? Why is this happening? And what is my plan of having these aspirations? Because it's not that it's impossible. In some cases, maybe it could be, but in most cases, it's not. So let's find out the motivation behind it, why we are doing it, what is it that we're exactly trying to achieve, and have a plan to go forward with that. And the other thing about it is defining our own success and what we really want as success, and not having any shirts. Again, coming back to the shirts, coming back to what is our drive behind it. Are we doing it to please the society, please someone else, or is it something that I'm really doing it for me? So those are some of my answers. And yeah, if you have any more questions, drop them in here. And if you love the workshop, okay, yeah. You spoke about listening to your heart as much as this is about mindset. Interesting. How do you reconcile between the heart and mind? This is such an interesting question. So mindset, mindset is more about beliefs. It's more about, how shall I call it? It's more about the analytical things. So it could be things where you do affirmations work, or things where you create more space. And hold on, I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. So the heart is basically where we feel, and the mind is basically where we think. The aim of spiritual processes and personal development processes is to create your hold on how you feel and how you think. So it's not, so one thing is that we don't want one to overpower the other. We want both to work in harmony. And now what can happen is when we start any kind of personal development, whether you're trying to change your habits or mindset, we're just going forward with this. We go forward with the beliefs that we want, the typical affirmation work, and then we go backwards and feel what is going on within us. So it's often when this question comes up, it's about what I feel is there's some disconnect, because it's like my mind thinks that I should be having this and my heart thinks I want to do this. Now, is there a way that I can merge these two? And before I merge these two, I really want to be clear of the energy of what is there any shoots in either of these? Sometimes we often feel like it can often be like, I should want to feel this. I should be doing that. So both of these things are really important. And it's about being very careful where something is not clear. So your heart may be wanting to do something that is like, I just want to rest today, but it's because I don't want to work on a difficult thing. So it's a very fine balance, knowing the intention behind what you're doing and actually doing it. And your head can also be sometimes like, I should be able to do this, but what your body wants is to rest. So there's just this fine line of knowing where am I overstepping something, or where am I ignoring something? What is my hidden intention? And just feeling into those reflections and seeing how we can do something differently. I hope that answers the question. If you have a follow-up question, you can. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So I hope today was magical and you loved creating the space, the magic, and everything as much as I did. And this doesn't have to stop here. We can create some more magic and amazing things, working in longer terms, creating more space in mentorship containers. And I would love for you to grow more, to be flying more, to be creating more, to be loving more. So if this after this workshop, you feel curious about what's going to happen next, or how can you go and deepen yourself into this work, and how can you have more support in this process of creating, and how can you have more process of creating some more soulful things in your life, knowing yourself on a much, much more deeper level. This is just, we are just scratching the surface right now. We can go way deeper than this, and it can just be so magical. So I would love to invite you in my 3-month container if you want to have a chat about it, if you want to know how we can do this work together on a long-term basis. Reply, you can DM me the word curious on my Instagram, or reply to the messages that will, emails that will come as curious, and we can find out what's the best fit for you. Maybe another one of my workshops is a great fit for you, or we can explore more options of working together long term. So I love you all. I hope this was so helpful and you have more answers to your questions, and you can go and create magical things in the world and just like amazing things. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the online world now. Bye.